Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for December 2nd to the 16th. During this forecast period, we have above normal heights. You can see they remain, some of the models aren't available, remain high across the Arctic region. And we have an upper low here over the Aleutians. And we have another upper low over Hudson Bay causing below normal heights across much of the country. Now this trough will gradually slide eastward as this ridge builds into the west coast, and this flow will lead to an active pattern across the country as the trough moves to the east coast. We have an atmospheric river event that will be setting up during the weekend. We're going to look at the integrated water vapor imagery, and here you start seeing here we're going to go maybe out, I don't know, 72 hours, and you see that it's heading towards the northwest, right? And now we'll look at the vector, and we'll go at the same period, and you can see that it's going around this ridge and bringing deep moisture from the Pacific into the northwest. Now we're going to look at rainfall amounts during this forecast period, and I hope I don't mess this up. Okay, this is rainfall for the west, beginning on the 2nd, and then you can see we have some totals here in the purple, possibly reaching 4 to 5 inches. This is in 24-hour periods. And then you can see we have another one moving into Washington State, and the rainfall is another 5 inches. And this is the GFS, the European. Now, also in this period, in this flow, we will have a system that will be affecting the east, and we'll go forward in time with that. And you can see here's one system affecting the east over the weekend, and then we have another one, let's see, that seems to scoot out to the south. So it'll be wet here. Here's the European. Now we're going to look at rainfall amounts here in the east. Okay, European over the weekend, and let me see. Oops, jumping around a little bit, and it could be some pockets of heavy rainfall here in the orange and the red, maybe about 1 to 2 inches here. It shows 1 inches across this region here. Then we'll look at the GFS as lesser amounts. Well, 1 inch across Long Island and northern New Jersey, and then that system goes out. So in the west, heavy snow will be possible. We're going to go back to the west across inland areas. You can see here across the higher elevations of the Cascades, northern Sierras to the north central Intermountain West and the Rockies, and then Gulf moisture will interact with a frontal boundary here across the south, along with upper level energy, and this will bring the threat of heavy rainfall to the southeast on Saturday. All right. Okay, now we're going to look at the period for December 7th to the 11th, and the flow, the heights remain above normal here across Greenland and Hudson Bay in eastern Canada. And a trough is forecast here over the Gulf of Alaska along with upper low. And a ridge builds into the west, trough here in the east. We go to the end of the period. It looks something like this. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for above normal temperatures here for much of this region. And I'm calling for anomalies being near 6 degrees or more above normal, mainly across this region here. And for precipitation, call for above normal precipitation for this area and here, and the probability of occurrence is near 40%, below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is near 35%. Now we're going to look at the period for December 12th to 16th. and the flow is a little more flatter with weak height anomalies, even across the high latitudes. A little stronger here, ridge building into the Aleutians, but we still have a trough configuration. Now the other models aren't available here, the Canadian, I think it is, but we have the GFS, and I think it'll be something more like this, but above normal heights across much of the country. So for now, calling for a little change in the temperature anomalies, and for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation for much of this region here, and the probability of occurrence is near 35%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for December 2nd to the 16th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.